We have the scaffolding done and our package.json file is looking good. Now it's time to build our application. We'll start by setting up our Express server. Let's pull down the Express package by running npm install express, and remember to pass the save flag to save it to your package.json file. Open up the server.js file located in the app directory. Here, we'll start by including the Express library by writing var express and setting it to require express. Next, we'll create an instance of Express for our app by writing var app and setting it to the Express method. Now let's define some settings for our app. We can do this via the set method. The two settings we are going to set are the view engine and the default view directory. The view engine will tell Express which HTML templating engine we are going to be using in our application. There are a couple of different ones we can use, such as Pug or EJS. We've chosen EJS as its syntax is very similar to traditional HTML. To set EJS as the view engine, we'll write app.set and we'll pass two parameters. The first will be a string titled view engine, and the second, a string titled EJS. All of the app.set methods follow this format. Next, we'll set our default views directory, which will tell Express where to look for our views file. To do this, we'll write app.set and pass in views for our first parameter. For our second parameter, we'll access a global variable called dirname and append our views route. Notice that we had the two periods before public, which means go up one directory and then into the public folder. The underscore dirname is a global variable that returns the current working directory. Remember, our server.js file is in the app directory, so we'll need to traverse our file system a little bit. Since our app is going to have static files as well, we'll have to tell Express out of which folder to serve these static files. To do that, we'll use a middleware called express.static and pass in the path to our public directory. To use the middleware, we'll write app.use and pass in our function. Using the middleware this way means that it will be called for every request. With these settings in place, we'll export our newly created app server by writing module.exports and setting it to our app variable. This means that any file that imports server.js will have access to the instance of our app. Now, open up the main.js file. Here, we'll import our app server and launch it. To import our server, write var app and require the server.js file. Notice that for local imports or files that we've written for our application, we have to provide the entire path to the file, where with the standard library or npm packages, we could simply type in the name of the package. Finally, we'll start up our server from the main package. To do this, we'll use the app.listen method, and here we'll pass in two parameters. The first will be the port for our application to listen on, and we'll set it to 8080. Next will be an anonymous callback function that will inform us that the server is up and running. Save the file and run node main.js. If you navigate to localhost 8080 from your web browser, you'll see a message saying that the server does not know how to handle your request. That's okay because we haven't set up any routing yet. We'll do that in the next video.